So the story behind this photo is that we were on a trip to Washington, D.C., and we had actually we were in Virginia. We had gone to the Shenandoah National Park, which if you've never driven down Skyline Drive at Shenandoah National Park, look into it. It's beautiful. But we had taken a day trip up to Washington, D.C. We had gone through the Capitol, a day trip. We were there for a day and a half. So, like, we went up in the morning and saw the Capitol and did some stuff. And then stayed that night. And that was the night that we stayed was September 30th, or no, August 1st. So I think we were there August 1st through the 2nd. Anyway, took this beautiful picture of the moon was coming down, and we were on our way back to the hotel, and I saw the moon. I was like, oh, we got to go drive by. So took some pictures of the Capitol and the moon, the Washington Monument and the moon, but this one was one of the best that I got with my phone. So it was beautiful, and it was a great trip. The next story, the story behind this photo, was taken September 1st. I've been working on the backyard for a few years now. Finally got it to a point where we're almost done with it, but this was, I wanted to get a picture. I think I have a picture earlier of the doorway before there was anything there. I had for a while just had some old boards stacked up that were kind of just holding space, so had something to step out of. I'm going to make a whole long video about the backyard redo and what all we did with it, but for now just know that this was halfway through, or not halfway, about 75% through the process of this photo. We've got like a before and an after, but this was somewhere in the middle, towards the end. And so I just wanted to throw it in. You can see there's still a lot of junk in our backyard, but it's making some headway, and we did a lot of work, so I wanted to include it as part of this photo retrospective. All right, this next photo, this was at Lincoln Hall, and you can see me if you look close. I'm waving hi, wearing my KBH Media shirt. But we're at Lincoln Hall, and we're doing the moth, and it's one of my favorite things. They have a thing painted on the door to remind band members as they go down to the stage where they are. They are indeed in Chicago, lest they forgot, you know, because sometimes band members are on tour and they're going from city to city. They don't remember where they are or what they're doing. So this is to help them remember, and I always thought it was interesting. But you can see me there waving, and I think I said this is us one night for the moth, and I don't remember the date offhand. Let me see if I can pull that up. It was October 24th, so now we're into October, and that's towards the end of October. But yeah. I don't remember what the theme was that night, but I'm sure we had heard some great stories. Now this photo, I look quite different, as you can imagine, but this is me. I had, this is November 1st, I believe. November 1st. For Halloween, the night before, I had shaven my beard down to a mustache so that I could be a super fan. The Bears. And we had a whole Bears theme for our family costume this year. And this was the next day, or that night actually, I think I shaved it down to nothing. And so I had a bald head and a clean face. No hair on my head except for my eyebrows and the hairs in my nose, I guess. So yeah, that was November 1st, and I actually did a whole retrospective that I'll be putting together a calendar, more on that later, of me in my various beard forms. So I'm going to launch a Patreon and hopefully get people to buy in so you can receive a 2025 12-month calendar. This next photo is December 21st, so towards the end of the month. We had been running Herschel and the Hanukkah Goblins, and I was doing the streaming for it. There's a couple of monitors there, but you can see there's a 4 up on the side. We had 4 cameras that you can see here in this 4 up, but there were 5 total cameras, I believe. Plus we were doing captions that were overlaid on top of the stream. But yeah, that was Herschel and the Hanukkah Goblins with Straw Dog Theater Company. We're going to do it again this year, so I'm sure you'll be hearing more about it. But if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to their YouTube channel, Straw Dog Theater Company. There you go. Next photo. This is Gadwall's Grill in North Little Rock, Arkansas. This is this was on January 2nd. I have made it a point to, every time I've gone back to North Little Rock, Arkansas, I try and go to Gadwall's Grill, and I always have the Grilled Club. I call it the Grilled Club. I think they now just call it the Club, but it's turkey breasts. It's just a club, and it's so delicious, and they grill it, and the French fries are great, and I dip them in ranch, and it's just fabulous. I think I can count on one hand the times over the last 20 plus years that I've been home and not had a grilled club at Gadwall's. Next photo. This is back to the backyard. This is actually February 23rd. We had a snow. I think it was the first snow of the year, maybe. But it was a nice dusting that I wanted to get a picture. It looked pretty. And so, but you can see sort of the headway. Again, I will make a video of the long changes and a lot of work that's gone on in the backyard. And I'll get that over, or I'll make a video of that sometime, probably not in August, but maybe, we'll see. And yeah, just wanted to, that's the backyard. This photo, speaking of Straw Dog Theater Company, we did a little experimental project that we did at Burke's Pub called Ides of March, and this was me doing some test footage, not test footage, test graphics. I was testing the graphics to make sure that this is what the co-directors Nick and Noah wanted to see when we were trying to do some fake news items. And so we did, it was a weird cutting, not a weird cutting, it was a very extremely cut down version of Julius Caesar from William Shakespeare, that we called Ides of March. So it was basically like 5-6 scenes that we had pulled from Julius Caesar, and just to get kind of the idea of what Julius Caesar was all about. And this was March 20th is when this photo was taken. Next photo, April 8th, 2024, a big day for a lot of people. A lot of people saw this one coming, and we saw the sun go behind the moon come in front of the, I don't know how science works, apparently. But no, it was a solar eclipse. We traveled down to North Little Rock, Arkansas. Speaking of North Little Rock, we went and was part of a live stream with Office Hours Global, in which we did a live stream of the solar eclipse across various cities that it was passing through, and North Little Rock was one of those. So took the family down. It was great to see the solar eclipse. Loved every moment of it. It was quite a magical experience, and I'm glad we got to do it. Next photo. This is a friend of mine, Misha, was honored with the Michael Merritt Award, and this was after the ceremony. They were taking pictures, and I wanted to get a picture of the grandeur of Chicago Shakespeare. So it's a beautiful space, and I just thought I would grab that photo, and it turned out quite nice. So there you go. But more, you can find out more about Michael Merritt and the Michael Merritt Awards on the website. Now we're up to June 18th, 2024. So the kids got out of school, and what did we do? We immediately packed up and drove. Actually, didn't drove. We drove to the airport. Flew to Phoenix, Arizona. It was really hot. I think it was 112 while we were there. And went and saw the Grand Canyon. That, I mean, I'm still at a loss of words. I'm not sure how to process how vast that just incredibleness was. It was awesome. It was a wonderful experience. Got to go with the grandparents and just had a wonderful, beautiful time. It was gorgeous. And this was on June 18th. Last, but certainly not least, we're at July 2024, and this is July 16th. Eli and I went down and took tourist in our own city kind of day, and took the L down to take some pictures of the L and the city. And this is one of my favorite buildings in Chicago. It's the 150 North Riverside building. And if you Google it, you can see why it's one of my favorites. It comes down to a point. You can kind of see it in this photo on the left side there. The bottom angles in, so it kind of it looks like it shouldn't work the way it does. But it's quite a magical building and a magical time taking photos with my son, and we enjoyed ourselves. So that's 12 photos from the last 12 months. And I hope you enjoyed this video. This is, I'm trying some different formats and experimenting with how I put things together. And so hopefully find some more fun ways to make videos. Thank you very much. Please subscribe, and talk to you tomorrow.